holy crap.
Welcome to another episode of Dad's Rules with Kevin Belzer. I'm joined by Melissa Belzer. Put on your game face, because it is time to play Road Trip Edition of Dad's Rules. We're going to do another deck. We're going to do the Best Self deck, Dad's Rules. Would be what our show is called. Yeah, I think those are shuffled, but you got to figure out which is the ones we've already done. Okay. All right. So we're road tripping from Iowa to Arizona. We are in New Mexico at the moment, north of Santa Fe.
With a bug gut riddled windshield.
I know. We clean it when we get gas, but we'll not get cleaned again for another 130-ish miles.
So bad.
So, Best Self deck, not a sponsor, Day Deck Edition.
Okay.
What is the first one?
Let's get edgy. Describe a time when I helped and supported you during a difficult time.
Helped and supported me through a difficult time. Probably during the loss of a loved one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard. It's always hard.
Your turn.
Yeah, easily that. I think that's the hardest thing you go through is losing loved ones. I think one of those, because, it's such a loss.
Yeah, because I'd say when I lost my jobs that you probably didn't support me on those because the majority of the time it was my own fault.
Sorry. It's fine.
It's fine. If I didn't mind, why should you mind?
That's not. I got to a point where I was like, you've got it. I know it's not maybe the best decision at the time, and it ends up working out eventually. But I got to the point where I'm like, well, at least when you decided to change jobs, it was like, okay, it'll be fine. Usually, I don't know, you probably interview well before. I don't know, I just knew you would do okay. Even like changing careers, I was like, you do really well at everything you do. So I had confidence there where I knew I didn't have to go, gee, will he succeed? No, you would.
Well, like the last time that when I changed careers, I was trying to see the writing on the wall for the jobs I was in. And it was pretty evident that even though the money was really good, like people would realize that, I was busting my ass working like crazy, but at the time, it's going back 16 years, I was making $100,000. That's when $100,000 meant something. Now it doesn't seem like it does. Because everything's so darn expensive. Yeah. But it seemed crazy, but I was also watching with what was going on with the housing market and everything else that I was going to get punished at my jobs. Yeah. Because of it, the income was going to go down. So you might as well jump ship now. So my silly behind decides that, we'll get in real estate that's collapsing at the moment. But hey, learn as the market's going down, you should crush it on the way back up.
Yeah, you did really well.
Yep.
That's cool. All right. Risky business.
Risky business.
When did you last take a chance on yourself? We already covered that.
We did?
Didn't you? Changing careers. Or unless you got something I don't know about, I guess. When did you last take a chance on yourself? I guess I don't want to assume. I think the changing to real estate was a really big chance.
That'd be the major one.
That's what I'm saying.
Because some stuff doesn't seem like that big of a deal, and maybe it would be to some people, like doing the podcast and the video when we switch to video podcasts and all that. To some people, it'd be like, oh, that's pretty risky or whatever. But I just felt it was like a natural progression of what I was doing, because I took a lot. There was a lot of risk in 2018 when I published my first book.
Yeah.
But I was willing to whatever happens. I didn't really look at it one way. I didn't look at it as a bad way. I guess that people could read it and go, I don't agree with you, but so what? I don't really. I'm very picky on whose opinion I actually care about anyway. Because there's a lot of opinions out there that I'm like, whatever. Same thing with compliments and stuff. There's whether it's compliments or negative from people, it honestly depends who it's coming from, whether I care one way or the other.
Comments, not compliments. 'Cause a
Compliments too.
A negative compliment? That's not a thing.
No, a positive compliment.
Oh, you said negative, so okay.
Well, I said whether it's a negative or it's a compliment.
Oh, okay, I got you. Great.
Yeah, I don't. If it's certain people, then yeah, it matters. Like years ago when I was in real estate, and I don't even remember what the heck I did, and Nick probably doesn't remember either. But when he sat me down and said, "That's not the proper behavior, and don't do that again, or you'll be gone."
Burn! I did not know about this.
Yeah, but I don't even remember what it was.
I wonder if he even does.
And it was
probably not.
Probably whatever I did that day, I was just in a mood.
How could it have been something that grave? I just don't imagine.
I don't know, but whatever it was, it required a sit down.
I hope he remembers, because I'd like to know what that was.
I doubt he does.
Probably not.
He doesn't hold. That's why I know Nick coaches me, because he doesn't hold.
Well, he wouldn't necessarily hold a grudge. He still might remember why.
Yeah, I mean, there's I respect his opinion. I respect Phil's opinion, Jason's opinion. For certain people, but then there's certain people I'm like, I don't really care one way or another what you think about me, because it doesn't. Because you're not in the inner circle, which I know that sounds snobby, but it's also you build relationships about around people that their opinion does matter.
Yeah.
Like same thing from a spiritual standpoint of there's people that I would hate to do something that they would look ill upon that I've done. Yeah. Okay. So did you answer that, or did you just say?
No, because you were talking a long story. I mean, I think starting a business, that's something I deliberated for a long time, and it's still weighed my way through it, and I actually still had a business idea in 2018 because I still have my notes, and I thought maybe COVID squashed it out of existence, and I was like, well, there's all these things, I'm still kind of rolling it over, and I'm thinking I've got some ideas that maybe could make it work. I'm not gonna bring it out right now, but it's just something else, because then I want to be able to determine my own schedule. So then when something comes up out of the blue, I go, oh gee, I have to cover 14 shifts.
Yeah.
Whereas he can determine when he goes where, and I didn't want to have to request off.
Yeah, but I'm an ornery boss. I don't always give myself permission to have time off.
Yeah.
So I was surprised when I gave myself this little break.
I was too, actually.
Because, I mean, it couldn't really be planned at a more worse time because of what's going on in my real estate career.
All things.
And the fact that we're finishing up a flip property this past weekend, and I'm not even there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of risk as far as that's concerned with me being gone, and when I roll into town, is it going to be ready? And same thing with trying to navigate through the real estate stuff.
Yeah. So I think that, because I'm used to being a wingman, I make a very good wingman. That's something I learned about myself and just kind of fully realized I make a great wingman. Like when I think of all the things of where I've excelled, it's because I was the wingman, for one reason or another.
Yeah, I like wings. Barbecue sauce on them. It's good stuff.
Not that kind of wing, but okay.
Okay. Yeah, Buffalo.
I make a great assistant.
Buffalo.
I'm a great helper. That's just what I know about myself. All right. Risky business.
Again? Okay.
I'm just going in order. What surprising thing have I brought out in you?
Do you have one that you can think of? I need a moment to marinate.
Have I brought out in you?
Maybe you know.
I think for you, I think I've gotten you to go to more slowly react to things you things you would tend to shoot. Pardon the expression. Shoot first and ask questions later.
Yeah, I don't have a short temper anymore.
You definitely, yeah. For sure. It's not even like me, just temper, just like with things. Your fuse used to be a lot shorter.
Well, and I used to get mad at stupid stuff.
Right, well, yeah. And that comes with maturity.
And also, like, even if I'm upset about a situation with a buyer or seller or whatever, business-wise or life in general, I keep it to myself more, or I vent away from the clients so they're none the wiser on my feelings. But in all honesty, a lot of stuff just doesn't bother me anymore. Like I expect something to go wrong in the transaction. because and people go, oh, that's very pessimistic. It's like, no, it's the biggest transaction people ever do in their life. There's going to be, I shouldn't say problems, there's going to be just moments that just have to be overcome. And what may not be a big deal to me may be a big deal to someone else, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So it's like I also have to manage that they don't care, and they're like, whatever, and I have to be like, no, actually this is something that's not going to go away.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now we're dealing with a green pool with a client, and they haven't seen the priority in fixing it.
We just need to relax.
And we can't close the home with the green pool.
Yeah. So it's like, it will be fixed, but people get all crazy. So that's what, I mean.
I would say I've gotten you out of your comfort zone.
As far as what?
Just in general, like from a business standpoint.
Well, yeah, because that stuff is a little intimidating. It's a lot intimidating because it's just new territory for me.
But I mean, maybe it's because I've had so many jobs and tried so many things.
Maybe.
But I'll look at it and go, as long as I learn something out of it that I can incorporate down the road.
That's my always attitude, though.
And the other thing is that it can be a good idea, but what I've learned, I may not have been the right person for it, even though it was a good idea, or I surrounded myself with the wrong people as well, and it's just a learning lesson. So I'm like, well, it's also just life in general. So it's like, what you want me to dwell on $100,000 mistake that I made in 2016, 2017, or can we please just move forward?
Yes.
Because it doesn't do you any good.
Just have to figure out how to go forward. That sucked.
Well, because the reality is, like, as long as you keep going, the money can be replaced too.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it takes a little longer.
Yes, it hurts in the moment, but as long as you keep your nose to the grindstone, you can just keep going.
Yeah. We do one more. Because you're not going to add anything to this one.
Okay.
Break the ice. What's your favorite binge watch?
My favorite binge watch.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go.
I know what mine is. Let's go what?
Let's go in the past. There's two, probably Friends and The Office.
The Office?
Now, if you can get through season 1 of The Office, because it's kind of cringy, but it's only 6 episodes.
But you're just getting to learn. You're just getting to know the characters.
You are, but it's kind of funny that no time really passes on the show, and Steve Carell all of a sudden has dropped a bunch of weight and his hair looks better after 6 episodes. So that was kind of funny. Currently, it's kind of laughable because I'm on I don't want anything crazy. So my favorite current stuff is anything Hallmark movie related or Hallmark adjacent, like the Great American Family.
Yeah.
And then right at the moment, I'm watching Sue Thomas, FBI. That's only 56 episodes. Cold Case, I'm watching that from the beginning. And what else was I watching? Highway to Heaven. So I'm like, it's very tame stuff, but I don't like to overstimulate the brain. I just want to veg out.
Yeah. He doesn't want to overstimulate the brain. You heard this list. It's funny.
But, it's like I'll go, hey, here's 8 episodes of Sue Thomas, and be like, are you done with that? No. I'm now watching something else. I'm always watching like a bunch of stuff at the same time, but I also have no problem going away from a show for 6 months.
I guess.
And then you've seen it, like a roommate will go, oh, we haven't watched Hallmark in a while, and I'm like, nope. Oh wait, there'll be a weekend where we watch like 8 of them. Yeah. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, dude, they only have like one new one a week at most. Yeah. When you average it all out, because even if they have a weekend with 2, they'll have another weekend with none. And I'm like, you can literally watch 2 months of Hallmark movies in a couple sittings and you're done. So yeah.
My favorite binge watch for sure is Friends.
Yeah, Friends you can watch over and over again.
I like it. Okay.
All right, we're going to wrap it up there. So if you like the show, like, share, leave feedback, review, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Go to dadsrealswag.com for all the latest swag. Until next time, go out and be the kick-ass adult. you all can be.